Remember when AI
when it says that AI bubble, the AI bubble is bursting. And I already watched this video, but I'll just play it for y'all. And it kind of basically touches on what I mentioned earlier, but I'm gonna still play it for y'all real quick.
was going to take over humanity? The hype was insane. Coders, designers, writers, everybody was about to be unemployed while robots took our jobs and launched hustle podcasts. But guess what? The AI bubble is bursting. Companies poured millions into AI transformations. But now the reports are rolling in and the ROI isn't there. They promised productivity, but what they got was half-baked chatbots that hallucinate invoices and code that compiles about as often as your Wi-Fi works during.
Yeah, see, that part is a very big part that he just mentioned, and I'll go back to it real quick when he talks about hallucinating. Like when the project that I'm working on right now, as I show you, and you know what, I may give you a little sneak because I did figure out I eventually figured out that one piece of code that was giving me problems. I ended up figuring it out, but why it took so long for AI to figure it out, and I gave it a very good prompt as well. And even with a very good prompt, it still hallucinates, right? So it's like you can give it such a detailed and specific prompt, and yet it still doesn't get what you wanted to do. It still hallucinates, right? So it's crazy, man. That people thinking, well, I'm just gonna fire all my developers and stuff, and thinking, well, I can just go and build this website here and it's going to work. It's like, no, bro. AI, like, what are you going to do when you type into AI, build this retail shop website for me? And it's like, when you go to, like, produce that code, that the AI starts to hallucinate, and it's like you're telling you do this and it's not doing that. Like what are you going to do? So just something to like keep in mind.
Chatbots that hallucinate invoices and code that compiles about as often as your Wi-Fi works during a Zoom call. But it's not just the results, it's the hype cycle. 1 year ago, AI hiring was going crazy. Companies were snatching up AI engineers like toilet paper in 2020. But now, that frenzy has died down. Hiring has slowed, budgets are drying up, and the bubble looks less like the future and more like a dot-com rerun. And let's be honest, this isn't new. Tech has cycles. Remember Web3? Remember NFTs? Yeah, how's your monkey JPEG portfolio doing? AI isn't dead, but the idea that it was going to be the superintelligence that replaced every developer overnight, that was never real. But the funniest part? Juniors got gaslit into thinking they couldn't get jobs because AI took them. Nah. The real reason is the hiring bubble from COVID popped. During lockdowns, companies were hiring anyone who could spell React because it was defensive hiring, just hoarding talent. Now it's back to reality. Maybe even below reality.
Shoot, sorry about that, guys. I was muted, but sorry. What I was going to say for that part is that I as a sorry, I am currently in school right now doing my bachelor's degree, and I was also in that bubble where I thought that what is the point of me doing a bachelor's degree if AI is going to take it over in the near future? But come to find out that, well, AI isn't really that good because it hallucinates a lot. It doesn't, even though you give it specific instructions, it still doesn't understand exactly what to do. So I myself was in that bubble thinking that, well, this bachelor's degree that I'm doing, it's pointless basically, but come to find out that yeah, bro, it's like it's not that good, man. So that fear, I've basically lost that fear. So I'm more confident now in me completing my bachelor's degree because well, you know, it's easy. It's going to be easier. You know, it's going to be easier for sure. But because of AI, but to say that it's going to replace people is like nah, bro. You know, so
And this is where AI shows its cracks. Yes, it's powerful. Yes, it's useful, but it's brittle. You give it a task and it nails 90%. But that last 10%, that's everything. That's the difference between working app and Stack Overflow of doom. And no matter how many buzzwords the suits throw around, that last 10% still needs you, actual devs. But here's the kicker. AI companies themselves can't stop tripping over their own hype. Models keep breaking, features get ripped out, and devs building on top of these tools get blindsided. Imagine if Python suddenly removed half its standard library overnight. That's what OpenAI did when they pushed GPT-5 and broke custom GPT. If this stuff was really the flawless future, why is it held together with duct tape and patch notes? So, should you use AI? Yeah. Learn it, play with it, make it your sidekick. It's a great tool for speeding things up. But don't buy into the doomer nonsense that it's replacing all developers. AI isn't the new overlord, it's just another messy tool in the box. Here's the truth. The AI bubble is bursting, and when the dust settles, the winners won't be the hype merchants. It'll be the devs who know their fundamentals and can actually build. That's still on you. And hey, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe for more. Dev out.
yeah, so yeah, man, pretty much like developers aren't going to get replaced, but what is going to do is that it's just going to make developers' jobs much more easier for them to do, you know? So yeah, man, like this whole hype about well, developers are cooked and you know, why do we need any more developers? Yeah, man, like that doesn't make sense anymore, bro. Like yeah, so it's just, you know, as you said, just like kind of summarize on it, is like, yes, you can still use AI and stuff, but at the end of the day, the other part is still basically on you as a developer. You know, that 10% is basically still on you, you know, so like you can still be a developer, do whatever, but just use AI to basically make what you're doing much more easier, you know. So and now let's get into this Spring Boot. I did watch the video as well. This is a very good
Spring Boot.
video.